Audi's V8 Quattro 4.2, the D11 chassis, or the least creatively named car known to man. However you refer to it, the V8 Quattro is a rare bird, a legendary DTM car, and the father from whose loins all Audi V8s have sprung. Today, we're on a mission to rescue one of these legendary V8 Quattros abandoned in the Moab desert. Will it run? Is it worth saving? And if it does run, what are we even going to do with it? Stick around and find out. What did I just get myself into? Alright, so we're kind of pulling into Moab, better known for its mountain biking and Jeep safari type things. Not as well known for its mummified Quattros, but that's what we're here for. So $80, 8 cylinders, $80 trailer rental, and 8 hours round trip. It's a perfect adventure.
8 is incredibly lucky in numerology.
Yeah. So a little backstory to get you started. Car was originally listed for about $5,000. That was a few years ago, which is too much money. And then it's been listed in different ways. More recently, it showed up with no wheels on it at all, and for $320. But then the price has been coming down, and it's a 4.2. So I thought I'll reach out to the guy, nice guy, but it kind of doesn't have a Titler keys, or maybe it does, and maybe the guy found the wheels. We just never know, right? When the marketplace messages are going a little bit sideways, like the guy wants money right away, but you're 4 hours away, or the guy wants money just to go look at it, or the guy reveals that the guy who owns the car just came back from jail. All these things leave questions. And the good news is that this morning he said, I'm just waiting for you. I'll either be at my house or walking up a dirt road wearing an AC/DC t-shirt. So communication has been made.
What could go wrong?
Right, what could go wrong? Where are we headed up?
You can just follow me. You can turn around down there and you can follow me.
Okay, cool. Right, so now we're following the guy that's selling the car to the car. He said the guy that has the title, he doesn't know where that guy is, so we don't know. Title, keys, maybe not. This is what? I don't know if this. How the fuck are we gonna do this? I guess we could. How the fuck are we gonna do this?
I don't know.
Well, I guess if we can get it, if we can get it in neutral, if we can't fucking control the steering, there's not much we can do.
Yeah.
Let's go look at it. Does he have the taillights still, you think? Oh, shit. Yeah.
Still.
There, it's right in here. Okay. Well, the engine's still there.
Yeah, Chinese still there too. Everything worked on the car. The only thing that had a problem with this window and the fuel pump. So we get the grader with the fuel pump.
Yeah.
And we drove it here. Yep. And that, yep, it runs.
Right.
The tires are over here.
Alright, let's take a look. What did I just get myself into? I'm not really sure. Seems like the wheels might be around here somewhere. Maybe over there somewhere. The wheels were nowhere to be found, of course, but I came prepared with an extra set of wheels and luggage. about to get 4 hours from the house unprepared.
Okay, we're going for a roll-in. We're gonna go from here to there seamlessly, I think. And I'm gonna go push. Ready? It's stuffed.
A little bit of an ordeal. Hot. We figured out, we thought it was stuck in gear, but we figured out it was just stuck like on a mattress and some other things.
Here we go. Less exciting than we imagined. More exciting than we hoped. Fucking perfect. Nice job. You had one job to do, and you did it.
All right, hot one. I feel blasted.
Oh yeah.
So just to recap, the car felt like the car wasn't in neutral, but it was in neutral. But essentially, we spent a bunch of time out in the heat trying to get the thing happening and loaded, but we got it. And now it's SpongeBob. Back at the house, quick 8 hours in and out to Moab, no big deal. Kind of a big deal. But we made it. We're gonna see, maybe we can get this thing started. But first we're gonna put it in my backyard because I don't have any more space at the shop.
What are you doing? I'm not going anywhere. Oh, you need help?
So that was quite a mission, all the way to Moab and back. We picked up the trailer at like 6 in the morning. We dropped the trailer back off at like 6 in the evening. So yeah, brutal. But now that the arduous part is done, now comes the fun part. We get to evaluate what we've really got here. I mean, I only paid 80 bucks, but what's it gonna really cost me to get this thing on the road? I mean, honestly. They said that they'd driven it to the location that we got it from and it had run a couple years ago, so kind of hopeful. We're gonna poke around in the engine bay, take a look at how bad the paint is, take a look at the interior because we never really looked at that. So let's start in the engine bay and see what's going on. So as you can see, the grill is totally thrashed because they didn't realize that there's actually a lever under here that opens the hood. Oh. Dusty. This is what it's all about right here. Audi's 4.2 V8. All aluminum engine, quad overhead cams, 4 valves per cylinder, 275 horsepower, 295 foot-pounds of torque. This is the base for all future Audi 4.2 V8s. Really cool piece of technology from the 90s. All right, so poking around in here, this thing is super dusty. It looks like it's seen way too many Arabian Nights. I was thinking, like, not sure if I'm gonna find anything that shows me what's wrong with the car or if I'm just gonna come up with a gold scarab beetle. But I did see some things in here. So when we checked the oil on the dipstick, it was looking a little bit overfilled, and that was interesting. And so then when I checked the oil cap, because I wanted to see, kind of what it looked like under there, it smelled a little gassy. So there's
some extra gas in the oil. This thing's gonna get maybe a little bit of an engine flush on the first start. Hopefully they didn't run it too long like that. I'm guessing it has something to do with the fuel cell that they've got going on in the trunk. So they managed to break the airbox pretty good. They just didn't take their time to understand anything, which is to be expected, I guess. So back here I found some broken wires. This looks like, I can't even really tell where this goes. I hadn't looked that closely. I just noticed that there's some broken wires on that part of the harness. I clipped it back in because it wasn't connected. So that's something I'm going to address. Before we go poking around anymore, we're going to give this thing a full pressure wash. Want to get the timing belt cover off, take a look at that, see what the condition is before I just go firing this thing up. But first, let's check out the interior. We'll check out the paint condition. We'll come right back to this. The inside of the car is what you might expect from a vehicle that's been sitting for 2 to 3 years with at least one window wide open in a desert. For those of you that live on the East Coast, you might not even be able to imagine this, but I'm surprised there's no oasis. It's like blown sand dunes on the seats. It's pretty wild. And on top of that, there's all kinds of hardware in here that doesn't even appear to go to the vehicle, and that seems kind of par for the course, because when we were cruising around the yard where we got this, there was like the manifold from the boat that you saw in the video was sitting in the front seat of one of the other cars, and I'm seeing more of the same in here. I only wish that the tail lights were floating around that yard somewhere, but I'm pretty sure they smashed the taillights to bits while they're working their way into the trunk. I'll show that to you in a little bit. So bad in here. Look at the seat is just torched. It's like shriveled up, pulling out from its backing. I don't know what they were digging around for down here. Don't really see anything obvious missing. It does look like they had tapped into the wires here for some reason. I don't know why. And they jimmied with it, so it's hanging out, which I guess is cool because I don't have the key to this, so that's gonna make it easier when we try to start it. Headliner still looks pretty good. You know, for sure gonna have to change out the interior on this thing because it's just blasted. And yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look in the back. Back here, this is like I was saying about stuff that doesn't belong in the car being in the car. This is a carburetor for something. Does not belong to the car. This is the actual filming area of Knights of Arabia. Lawrence, what was it? Lawrence of Arabia? Yeah, deep in there. Luckily, because it was Moab, you know, you don't have like mold and stuff, which is cool, but just extreme, dry, blown out. There's a battery hole. So the license plate from Chihuahua, that's kind of cool. Some stones that they collected. I might leave those in there. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but maybe it's good. Intake pieces, that's cool. Let's take a quick look in the trunk. This is what I was talking about. You know, taillights are missing, and this is exactly why, because they guess couldn't get in because they didn't have the key for some reason, and they jimmied the crap out of it. So bad. So bad. And in here, it doesn't get better, really. Not much better. And then this is where the magic is. This is the fuel cell that they used to drive it to where it was up on blocks, because I guess the fuel pump went out. I'm going to test that and see, but I think I'm going to try to get started using this system I'm gonna throw a battery on it and see if everything fires up. Here's what's left over the race exhaust. I don't think I'll have to tell you that there's not much exhaust under here. The guy that sold it to me did ask if we were going to turn it into a race car. Maybe that's what he was in the midst of thinking about. So they put a fuel cell on it and they cut the mufflers off. Maybe. See what kind of CDs he's packing here. Let's see here. Everybody up. Haha, classic. Credence, Daryl Hall, John Oates, classics. Three Dog Night, Harley Davidson Road Songs, Disc 2. Questionable. But, man, they're in there. That is dusty. Cool, though. Original Audi. So the inside is decidedly rough. It's not going to be a restoration project. Just to put some interior in it is going to be a task in and of itself. I mean, there's lots of options out there, but full interior needed. We'll talk about what we're going to do there in a little bit. Let's check out the condition of the paint. I can tell you it is not nice. As you can see, it's very dry. Spent a lot of time out in Moab just getting abused. But if you look down the body line, that's pretty straight. And we like that. So that's going to be cool. That was part of the reason that I even decided to go get this thing. 4.2 makes it kind of an easy choice, but just the kind of straightness of the body, despite the fact that the paint is miserable and we're going to have to do something about that. The body is really pretty straight. The bumper needs a little bit of love and it needs to be popped back on. That's not a big deal. We can get that sorted. Paint wise, no exactly what's going to be done here. And then this window, I haven't even bothered to crack into this yet and see what's going on here. Regulator, I guess, doesn't work. We'll get it figured out. These panels pop off pretty easy, so hopefully it's not too bad. But then they got it crazy rigged up here. I don't know why. It seems like maybe they were trying to operate the lock or operate the latch mechanism. All I can tell you is this thing does nothing. And if you pull hard enough on the cable inside the door handle, it does actually open up. Now that we got the engine all sprayed off and dried up, let's do some poking around in here and see what's going on. In general, I think this thing is looking really pretty nice. It cleaned up well. The hoses look nice and supple. They did kind of break the airbox, which I mentioned, but I think I can get that fixed up. And anyway, let's pull this out of here. I didn't clean up the upper tray because I wanted to dig around in there, see if there's anything up there that I missed. So intake could maybe be repaired. Here is what I noticed. Some frayed wire here, broken but intact. I thought I saw that these maybe go to the knock sensors. I'm not 100% sure. This is part of the ignition here. I'll have to do some deeper research, but these were broken on both sides, as you can see. Beyond that, looking in here, it's like I can't really see. Obviously this is missing, but everything looks intact. Everything looks like it's there. So I think I'm just gonna try and start it. Throw a battery on it. If the fuel cell is priming, we're gonna go for it. I haven't checked the timing, but we're gonna go for it. And then I'll pull the timing cover off and we can see what the belt looks like. And this thing says it's got about 200,000 miles on it. So I have no idea when the last time the belt was serviced, but what I do know is that this thing's been for sale for about 5 years and maybe sitting for 3 years. So it's probably going to be in my best interest to do some timing on this to have peace of mind, because what I want to do with this thing is drive it hard.
Yeah, cool.
All right, let's see if this transmission's going to work. All right, cool. Transmission seems to be working. So let's move this thing forward. All right, so we've got ourselves a running 4.2 for $80. But what does that even mean? Because look at the condition of it, right? It needs windshield, corner marker, tail lights, timing maybe, just to be safe, interior. And when the car rolled off the trailer, you might have noticed that it looks like the struts are blown too. So who knows what else is going on with this. Oh, and it needs a fuel pump. Something needs to be done with the fuel system and the exhaust, because they chopped the exhaust up. But that's fine, because you know I'm probably going to do some exhaust work to it. That's kind of what I like to do. So in what world does this car make any sense to fix up, right? Because it's never going to be a show car. Are you going to repaint it? That's $10,000 minimum. Are you going to redo the interior with something totally period, or have it restitched? What's that going to cost? 5,000 bucks? I don't know. Where does it end, right? So I had been looking at V8s, obsessing for a while, and I looked at cars that were like $6,000 or more that were really nice. I looked at cars that were like 2,500 bucks and needed paint, and they also seemed to need body work, which was a deterrent, plus interior. Where I really wanted to go with this car, it didn't make a lot of sense to buy one that was very expensive. I wanted to get one that was cheap. So somehow my obsession led me to this, and I just said, let's go for it. We're gonna go to Moab, we're gonna get the car, we'll see what it is. If we have to, we'll scrap it. And if not, I'll build it. So what I'm thinking at this point is that it's actually kind of right for me. A windshield, I got a windshield guy, that's gonna be a couple $100. Interior, I'm probably gonna put some other Audi interior in it that I find. I have a C5, but that interior is not gonna go into this car without some modifications, some brackets, which is well within the realm of what I do at my shop. But I'd like to have something a little more plug and play. But anyway, so interior is going to get settled out with something from Audi. We're going to find it on the marketplace. We're going to find it in the junkyard. Something's going to work out in there. We're going to spend 500 bucks or less on the interior. The dash, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do about the dash. Might try to make it look a little more smooth and then do some Alcantara wrap on top of that. I'm kind of envisioning that this car is going to be like a blacked out tribute to a DTM in a sense, but with a retro mod twist. So, you know, ChatGPT will take care of you on that. ChatGPT took care of me. Pretty close to what I'm thinking. And the fact that the struts are blown, you know, we're gonna throw Bilsteins at it. We're going to probably trim the springs, or maybe I'll invest a little extra and we'll put a ground control kit on it for a coilover setup. But ultimately, I'm probably looking to go for one ride height. The exterior is where we're going to try some different things. So a while back, I bought this Poppy's Patina kit, which is a wipe-on clear coat that's self-leveling. A lot of patina truck guys use it, but it does come in a dull or a shiny, like a clear coat, and it might just bring this green back up. So maybe a little deep cleaning and then hit it with some poppies and see if the green comes back up. If it doesn't, I'm thinking that I might just black it out with a little bit of rattle can, you know, because we're definitely not doing a full paint job on this thing, and we're not gonna go that deep on it, but it'll look good and menacing even with a rattle can or roll on or some sort of option for getting this thing well blacked out like you saw in the photo, but without doing a full-on paint job. Maybe, hopefully, I will also manual swap it, because I have a 01E. I've found some things around the internet, and the manual swap on this could be feasible with a good loud exhaust, manual, low and tight to the ground, different interior. Could be exactly what I wanted, and I'm thinking we're gonna be all in less than $5,000. That's with doing the timing. We'll see, you know, we gotta put some proper wheels on it. I'm still not sure what those are gonna be. I would love to have a BBS LM style wheel, but that's not really on the budget of this car. Although my feeling with wheels is, you know, if you have a high value wheel, as long as you keep it in good shape, it doesn't really matter if your car is low value, as long as your wheels can be moved to different cars or sold. It's like money in the bank. I don't know. So anyway, super looking forward to getting this thing on the road. I'm gonna definitely do some more videos about it for the V8 Audi lovers. It's something I've just obsessed over for a while, and so excited to kind of have something like this that has so much potential, but doesn't require the bar to be set too high as far as fit and finish. I don't know. Maybe you disagree. If you do, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Love to hear about it. If you enjoy this type of stuff, I'm doing this on the daily. Auto Afflicted on Instagram, so you can check us out there. We do have a fully operational shop where we can modify your Audi, Volkswagen, BMW, or Mercedes, or other. We work on American trucks, just about anything that pays money. So anyway, check us out. We're on the Instagram. You can check us out on Google at our shop location. And if you're not liking and subscribing, it helps a lot, so I'd really appreciate it, and I thank you for it. Until the next video, hope you all just be well and keep tinkering with your cars, and we'll catch you on the next one.